Hey YouTube, today I would like to go over my Maxpedition Fatty toolkit. I've seen a couple of really good toolkits on the web and on YouTube, and I thought I've taken some of the best of theirs, but I'd also put my own twist on it. The American Prepper put up together a really amazing kit, as well as Urban Prepper and a couple others that I just have taken some tips from. So I'm not going to review the actual bag itself today, the Maxpedition Fatty, but it is the one with about a 2.5 inch spine on there. So it's a pretty hefty little bag. This thing, all said and done, it's full. It's probably about 3.5–4 pounds. So it is kind of hefty. I do include this with my EDC, although I'm looking at putting it pretty much in my day pack that's in the trunk of my car. But for the moment, I am carrying it. It's a little bit hefty. Before we start, one of the things I like to do, and I got this tip from Urban Prepper, is I like to have pretty much a table of contents here, where you have everything that's listed in the pouch in a laminated card. So I keep that in the front in case I need to refer anybody else to it, and they need to, be able to know what's in there, what have you. The other thing is best practice is, because this is part of a modular system, is I do have it labeled. I do keep these little tabs on here. This one says tools. I have others that say utility, food, water, fire, etc., things like that, because I don't have color-coded pouches, but I do have color-coded tabs, etc. So without further ado, let's take a look inside and see what we've got. I think, like I said, we've got a little bit of package here, a little bit of heft. So we'll just start up top here. Almost all my packages, everything, kits, everything, always start with a paracord fob, and this is about 5 feet of paracord that I have here on this clip that comes with the kit itself. And next I have inside this straw, and I do like using straws as protective packaging, and you seal off the end with a lighter. But inside there I have a glue stick, and next to that, and I promise there's no nefarious activity surrounding these, but I've got a couple of lockpick tools. I'll back this up a little bit. And next to that is I have this. It's a Olfa silver, pretty much an auto lock razor knife. And I like these. I used to always default to X-Acto knives, and this is about the same weight, but I like this because you can just break off the blade and you have an instant queue of them right up in there. So, and it's about the size of a pen. Next up here, I have a extended telescoping magnet. And actually, I questioned putting this in the sack, but I actually used it the other day. Dropped something, and they are definitely handy. And the magnets that are on these things are pretty intense. They pick up, they hold a lot of weight. And this thing here, I believe this came from Urban Prepper. His recommendation on this is a little Stanley. It's a pencil size or pen sized screwdriver kit. It's got dual ends, both Phillips and flathead on both sides. What I really like about this is that these are magnetic tips, and you also have it on that side as well. Plus the clip, it's the size of a pen. Can't really go wrong with that. Up here on this other fob, I've got two things. One is a micro screwdriver kit, both flathead and Phillips, for eyeglass repair, whether it's sunglasses, prescriptions, what have you. But little mini screwdrivers on there, very handy if you ever need to repair some sunglasses or glasses. And then I've got this little, it's a carabiner lanyard. This is one of my LED lights. I like this thing. It's pretty bright. It uses a CR2032 battery. It's tiny. I originally had it on my dog's collar, but I got some different ones for them. This thing lights up pretty well. I like the carabiner, and I just keep this on this little clip here as a backup source for light. And please recognize that this is, again, there's a lot of redundancy here with other kits. I've got numerous tools and things like that. This isn't a survival kit. There might have a couple things in here that might tie into it. But overall, I'd say that that's not the case. So moving along right here, we've got a 5.5-inch set of EMT scissors or shears. These things will cut through nearly anything, jeans, canvas, like it's butter. My larger pair is a 7.5-inch. Those things, I've literally cut pennies in half with these things in the past. So definitely a lot of, they're just very, very useful for what they do. And if I'm going to carry a pair of scissors, it's going to be something that's going to have a lot of capability to them. Next here, I've got a little, and I use this actually, it's very similar to the tag that I put on. I use the little key tag that I use to label my pouches. Put that on the end of a hacksaw blade, so I got a little handle on there, and I can't go wrong with having a hacksaw blade. And next into the kit here is a pair of Hemastats. These are straight. These things are useful. We used to use them for illegal purposes back in the day, but anymore as a tool, they're very useful to clip onto things. They hold things in place. Just a very versatile tool to have in the kit, and they don't weigh much or take up much space. Another thing here, I just keep backing up. Another thing that I've got, that I just got these, and I check out these. These are just cool. These are 4-inch vice grips, Irwin vice grips. Just really love them. I was debating whether to use a crescent wrench or vice grips. I went with vice grips. I'm glad I did. These things are one of the well-engineered, most useful tools you can have. And the fact that it comes in such a lightweight, small footprint is just a benefit. And next we have here, let's see, go into the back pouch now. Before I forget, and this was a best practice, I can't remember who told me this, but right in here along the tubed lining, I went in the lining itself, and I have an 8-inch zip tie right there. I'm not going to pull it out, but it is in the lining. Next I have a hazardous pen here. Can be used to write in many different circumstances. It's pressurized. It has pretty much a lot of, you can write in water, hot, cold, etc., upside down, all that kind of stuff. This is a Uniball Power Tank 1.0. It's not my favorite pen. I've got my favorite pen in my little office everyday carry, which is a different Maxpedition pouch. But for the purposes of this kit, it's a little bit heavier duty, and it'll serve its purpose just fine. Next, we have the requisite Rite in Rain, little Rite in Rain notebook here. I think it's the 3x5. And then within that, that I keep in the coils of that, I keep a little full graphite pencil, a little mini there, no wood pencil. I like the fact that it's all, you can write with the whole thing, and I just always have that on hand in the coils there. And next in the back here, we've got 3 feet of orange duct tape. Very high visibility, and next, and that's a 2-inch by 3 feet. And here I have 1-inch by 6 feet of Gorilla Tape. And I think we all know Gorilla Tape. I mean, it's just some of the better stuff. Some people like duct tape. Gorilla Tape seems to have taken over for a lot of what always used to be the standard duct tape, as far as I can tell. And let's see, so let's moving to the left. So that's it for this side. Moving to the other side here, I'm going to flip this up. I've got a tube of super glue enclosed in a plastic container to combat against leaks. Have myself a Leatherman. This is the Wingman. I like it. It's got the the spring on the needle nose, and it has the blades I like, and it also has a pair of scissors. Very functional, pretty low cost for Leatherman. I really like a lot of multi-tools, but I don't worry too much about cost. I just like the function, and these are probably mid-level, lightweight, and they will get the job done. Very well engineered Leatherman tools are, I find. And let's see here. Next up the line, this is a little Tac Force cheapy blade. I just like to have a full-size blade, not something that I keep a little bit bigger than I like to keep in my pocket on a day-to-day basis. It's also got a little knife opener there as well. Very sharp. It's half serrated, half smooth edge, and like I said, keep it in this kit. I didn't spend enough on it to where I'd worry if I had it really got beat up at all. But I just like to have a full-size blade. Move these up a little bit. There we go. Okay, and next we have a mini Sharpie with a little lanyard loop there. I like Sharpies in general. The mini ones just fit in my kits, and I really like those. I bought a couple packs of them. To go along with that, a little mini pencil with an eraser, and I think I once read where somebody said the person who invented the eraser pretty well summed up the human race. So, and I'm no exception to that rule, so always got to have an eraser on hand. And then that's the third redundant writing utensil with the graphite pencil and the pen. A mini Bic lighter. These things, what can you say about mini Bic lighters? I mean, I've got them in every kit. They're small, they're functional, they work, and they're just part of every kit that I have. I mean, you should always have some form of fire around. And next I have a couple of common size Allen wrenches. Nothing too exciting there, but it's nice to have. And then this you'll see in most of my kits. I just like these things. I put them on almost everything. Is binder clips, and this is a 1/2 inch binder clip. They hold things in place. They're very functional, and to me it's like it's a better MacGyver tool than like a paper clip or safety pin or something like that. So I'll always have a binder clip around, and in this instance I had that clipped onto this. It's a Smith knife sharpening tool. It's got both the ceramic and the carbide sections there to sharpen your knives. This isn't my primary sharpening set, but for portable purposes it'll do the job. It also has this little rod here for sharpening serrations, which I like because I like serrated knives. But what I like about this as well is they turn this one. I have this in a little smaller footprint, about the same weight, but they turn this into a multi-tool. And basically, it has a little compass here, a little button compass, and it comes with a whistle on the end right here. And right here, it's got a little LED light. And then on the end, which I won't pull it out because actually when I did the first take of this video, I pulled it out. It's got a little fire rod on there, and I actually snapped it in half. But I'm sending it back, getting a new one. But I like a better mousetrap, when they can combine all these functions into one and do its primary job. Obviously, it's just nice for a lot of redundancy as well to have another multi-tool in the mix. Next, I have a pretty large, I can't remember the name of it, Victorinox Swiss Army knife. This one's seen some use, but it's got pretty much most of the tools I like. I like the magnifying glass, a couple blades. It's got the scissors. Now, it doesn't have the pliers like the Champ, but I figure I have the pliers here, and I've got pliers here. So, but Swiss Army knives, I like them. They always seem to be well engineered. They hold an edge, and the tools are just very, very functional. So you'll find these in almost all my kits, and plus they're pretty low profile. Let's see what else I have here. Another binder clip as well. This is a 1/4 inch. and then a little 5-foot tape measure here. And I have that bound with a hair tie. I think it was, I remember one of the other videos I was watching, they mentioned hair ties. I think it was the American Prepper mentioned that hair ties are much better than rubber bands. And I couldn't agree more. Rubber bands deteriorate over time. Again, they lose their elasticity, they stick to your gear, make a mess, and they just break down. So, so far so good with the hair ties. And moving here to the center spine, just got this little bad boy. It's a little hefty, but this is a Maxcraft little mini socket driver. And here you've got it, this little ratchet. And then the other side is also a bit driver for flat, Phillips head, Torx, what have you. And I just thought I was looking for a nice little stumpy one. It's hard to find these things that don't weigh that much, weigh too much, but that is just right for this profile. Really like it. I can't wait to use that. And here's another of in the spine. This is a lubricant pen. I've seen the WD-40 ones out there. I just couldn't justify paying as much as they wanted for them. This thing is basically like a highlighter marker on there. You can get into a specific, do a little drop. It's pretty, there's no mess. It does its job, and when all said and done, I paid $1 for it at the dollar store. It's just it does what it's supposed to do. So what's not to like? And also in the spine here, I've got a straw with 6 4-inch zip ties or tie wraps, whichever you prefer. But these things, again, these are one of those things you're going to find in almost all of my kits. I just love these things, along with like Velcro and some other things that I just always seem to find a use for them. Things like that just have 1,001 uses. And so I think that's it for the interior. I got one more little pouch here, and on the left, and we'll start here. And oops, we'll start out with some heavy-duty Velcro. This is a 2-inch by about 8-inch industrial strength. It's got the heavy-duty stickage on the end. And again, Velcro, it's just something that I really think is just highly useful and utilitarian. Here's some more hair ties, red, yellow, purple. I guess we've got Mardi Gras colors going on there for those of you in the New Orleans area, and the time of year as well. Here's a little baggie with sockets and a socket extension, as well as a bit driver. I've got a 1/2 inch, I've got a 7/16 and a 10mm as far as both US and metric. And like I said, it has the bit driver and a socket extender. And then I combine that with a little baggie with the driver bits. I've got 2 Phillips, 2 flathead, and 2 Torx, small and medium for all those, which will work in this driver here. They'll plug right in here or into the socket, into the bit extender, the bit driver, which is magnetic as well. Two mini bungee cords. What's not to like about bungee cords? I mean, bungee cords are probably one of the most useful inventions around. These are mini. They're great for lashing things down. Along with, here's some wire. I think it's like 20 or 24 gauge. It's pretty thin wire. Could be used as a snare. Could be used for lashing or just fastening things together. And here's a couple of the CR2032 batteries to go with the LED light. And here's a wire saw. There's a lot of cheapy wire saws on the internet, and I've tried a few of them. I'm not real pleased with the quality and performance. This thing I've had for like 20 years. I think I got it at an REI or something like 20 years ago. But this sucker will still cut through like a 2-inch 2-inch branch, and it like butter. They just don't make them like this. Hate to be that. They just don't make them like this anymore. But I'm trying a couple more. But in the meantime, this is like kind of my default. It's lightweight, and it performs very well. And here we've got a couple 3x4 in this 3x4 inch baggie. I've got coarse, fine, and medium grit sandpaper. And last but not least, and I have these in pretty much all my kits, it's a Fresnel lens, a little magnifier. If you had doing some fine work, got a splinter, hopefully not to start a fire because these things aren't the best for that, but I guess it wouldn't a pinch. But again, a little flexible plastic, nice little magnifier keeping this protective plastic, and it's for the price. I think they're like 10 for $3 or something like that. It's just nice to have in the kit. And with that, that is pretty much my little mini toolkit. Please leave comments below. I'm open to suggestions if there's anything that's blatantly missing or looking for a better mousetrap that I need to add. I can, get rid of some of this stuff as it becomes redundant. This is a work in progress. But right now, as of today, in middle of March 2014, this is where it's at. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and thanks, and have a great day.